Here with Swansea High School 2015 linebacker Johnathan Sutton, 6 foot, 215 pounds. Johnathan, you're a top 100 prospect in the 24/7 Sports rankings for 2015. Talk a little bit about yourself and what makes you a good linebacker. Why is it that a lot of schools are starting to recruit you?
For number one, I think leadership. It goes a big way. You got certain kids that come up at a young age and they look up for someone to teach them how to play or just do certain things. And I think that's one main character I have, and to show some people how to be a leader in themselves, not always follow someone else, lead your own way. That's one of the big things.
But as far as on the football field, are you good at recognizing an offense? Are you better at blitzing, dropping into coverage? What are your strengths as a football player?
For me, it's overall. I like running, blitzing, hitting, dropping back, catching interceptions. Mostly everything.
You're still a young player. You've got plenty of time to continue to progress and develop. What are some of the things you're trying to improve on? What are some of the things you're trying to work on this summer?
Most thing I'm working on is my lead step and getting back in pass a little bit better, reading the quarterback eyes, trying to recognize the run, do play action or just any type of reading the gaps, staying behind the quarterback, wrapping up, anything.
Still early for you. Recruiting starting to pick up, though. You were on Clemson's campus last week for their camp. Talk a little bit about the Tigers and what you saw from their staff and maybe what they were telling you.
Well, I know they have a very great staff. They are very positive. They're not really a negative person. They like everything to be organized, very organized. They don't like people to get left behind or anything. They're very up-tempo school. They're like I know they had flex lines. I didn't know what it was when I went up there, but everything was fast-paced. You had to stay on pace and everything. They taught me a lot of stuff, how to get my hips away from the linemen, how to read certain things in the offense and defense, because I play running back a little bit too, but mainly defense.
South Carolina is another in-state school. You're scheduled to go there later this month. Talk a little bit about the Gamecocks and what you know about them and what you've seen from them.
Well, I know they're very, very high defensive school. Marcus Lattimore, that's one thing. He's a very inspiring person. I know he got injured, and a lot of people was down, but they still kept up their records and everything. Still had pride in their team, and their fans, they kept them rolling a little bit. So, yeah.
Have you had the opportunity to go check out South Carolina? Did you go to any games or any? Have you been there? Have you seen the campus?
Yeah, I've been there before. This is way back though, a few years ago, 5 years ago. I went back for a little football tournament. Fundraiser, and we just went on the campus, some candy and stuff. This is pretty nice.
Another school that's after you hard is the Florida State Seminoles, led by Jay Graham. Talk about the Seminoles and what you know about them.
I don't think I know a lot. I just know when I was a kid, that was my main school. I always wanted to be a Florida State Seminole because I like the offensive and defensive. They're very up-tempo school. They like to run the ball, pass the ball, balance, and defense. They run the same defense we run, 4-3. So I think I can fit in and help them out on that.
Is there any particular linebacker you see, pro or college or former or current, that maybe you model your game after?
Patrick Willis is one. He's a great linebacker. Ray Lewis, he's a leadership type linebacker to me. He makes everyone around him better as a player and in character. Keep everyone on the same page.
Now, as you go through these visits and as recruiting develops, what's going to be important for you as far as choosing a school? What are the main factors that'll help you make your decision on your college?
Number one, it would be the education. So if I can go to that school, get my education, probably graduate before I finish football. And then number two would probably be how will I fit into their organization, football team? Will I be able to play or do certain things that will help me benefit in the long run?
Now, as far as recruiters for Florida State, Jay Graham's recruiting you. Who is the recruiter of record for Clemson? Who do you speak to?
Coach Venables.
And what kind of relationship do you have with him so far?
It's a pretty good relationship. I know he's a very, very aggressive linebacker coach. He likes very mean type players. He says I have a dog in me. That's what he likes to call him. He's a pretty nice coach. He's very positive. He keeps on the same page. He likes to have his players talk more in the meeting and not just sit there and just listen and make sure they know what they're talking about and make sure they're listening.
And as far as South Carolina, who do you speak with there? Who's your recruiter there?
I think it's the quarterback coach. I forgot his name. Coach Magus.
You just haven't spoken with him as much?
No, sir.
Now, those three schools are not the only schools that are recruiting you. Who are your other offers at this current moment?
UCLA, North Carolina State, and App State.
Okay. And any other visits, any visits planned for the summer? Any games you want to go see in the fall?
I had to check with my mom on that. I don't know. I should be going to some.
Get out and check out a couple games.
Yes, sir.
What are your goals for your junior season here at Swansea?
Have a better season than I did last year. That's my main goal. Main goal is to make it to state. You know, we got close like my first 2 years. And we always got out the second round, but I want to take it farther than that. I want to get that ring before I graduate.
Johnathan, thanks for taking the time to join us today. This is Johnathan Sutton, 6 foot, 215 pound, 2015 linebacker at Swansea High School in South Carolina. For 24/7 Sports, I'm Will Gunner.